This channel is proudly sponsored by pt3 Studios, the publishers and developers of Dames of Asstoria, a tabletop RPG where you play as monster girls, experiencing high adventure in a world that doesn't fully accept them. They have recently released the Whispers of Copperridge adventure module. You will find all of the links in the description and in the pinned comment. Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring S.M.A.S.H Revised, the core rulebook. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this asymmetrical, almost diceless, superhero tabletop RPG, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the gameplay example, which has some good parts, but some pretty bad parts as well. Let's look into it. First, the Game Master describes the situation. So here, perhaps the adventure, the scenario has just begun. Or maybe this is the second part of a scenario or the next part of an encounter. The player characters have already taken their actions and now things move on from there. So the description here is good. The Game Master is presenting the situation. But then the player character 1 says, "On the way there, can I Google the location?" Okay, this is incorrect. First, do not retcon the past. If you didn't take an action in the previous section of the adventure or before the adventure even began, then that's it, that's in the past. You should not modify or change things that have happened. You are in the present, in the now. It says here, you have arrived at the office. You have arrived. You are not on your way there, so you cannot take that action. And why is the player talking to a game master that doesn't exist in the game world? The players and the Game Master do not exist in the game world. So, on the way there, can I Google the location? Who is that player talking to? Stay in character, focus. Instead of asking questions to a Game Master that isn't there, just describe your action. Maybe you are already at the office and you want to Google the location. You can Google the location as long as you have your laptop, your tablet, your smartphone, etc. Describe your action. I Google the location. I pull out my laptop and Google the location. And then the Game Master is going to tell you if it's an automatic success or not. In this case, the Game Master commits the error of continuing the out-of-character conversation. Yes, what's your background skill? No. Once the player has described his action, the player character's action, now the Game Master can say something like, use your background skill. And then the player character can inform, or rather the player can inform the value, 2. That's it. And then the Game Master continues with this error. Okay, with that, I think you will probably only know a little about... No, you're not having a conversation, you are role-playing, you are playing a role. You are not having a conversation about the characters. You are experiencing the game world through your characters, as your characters. This is a tabletop role-playing game, this is not a conversation. This is a game where you play a role. A conversation is a conversation. A role-playing game, specifically a tabletop role-playing game, is a game where you play a role. It is very different. And the Game Master should only describe the outcome, the result, based on the value that the player has given. And then player character 2 says, "Can I have a look through the windows without being noticed?" Okay, that's just going in the dumbest way possible. Both in real life and in fiction, the people in that situation, they do not have some sort of floating Game Master that they are constantly asking questions to see if something can be attempted without repercussions. If you want your character to have a look through the windows, just describe in the present, in the now, that you are looking through the windows, and then the Game Master will tell you, use your security skill. The player will inform, 5. That's the value, 5. And then the Game Master will inform you if security has spotted you or not. Why would you even tell the value of your security skill beforehand? So that the Game Master could tell you, oh no, they are going to spot you, try something else. What a lame way to run a session, with no risk involved, with no surprises, and out of character asking questions to the Game Master. And the Game Master continues with the error here, saying, definitely, having an out-of-character conversation, floating game master and floating players having an out-of-character conversation, destroying the immersion, the fiction. And then the player character 2. The Reckoner will scout around the outside of the building. Okay, that's what the Reckoner will do. Sometime in the future. You haven't specified when. So the Reckoner will scout around the outside of the building. So the Reckoner isn't doing anything. The Reckoner will do something sometime, we do not know when, and it is stuck. The situation is stuck. In that case, the Game Master should proceed with the encounter, and the Reckoner is just standing there thinking about an action in the future. No, the Reckoner scouts around the outside of the building. And you can add more description if you want. And then the player says, "Can I have a cautious look inside?" "I don't know. Can you?" Just have a look inside, cautiously. Describe that you are just barely taking a peek inside. And the Game Master, "Yep." The entire session is going to be yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Can I? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Can I? A mother, may I conversation. Mother, may I? Mother, may I do this? Mother, may I do that? It is so lame. So, in this example, terrible. This is a very bad example. Only a few parts of the Game Master's description of the situation are good, but everything else is awful. And I don't want people to look at this tabletop RPG and think that it is so lame because of this. This is actually a good tabletop RPG. And because it is an almost diceless system, it is very easy for you to have smooth roleplay with immersion without constant out-of-character conversations. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part, we are going to talk about combat mechanics. So it's a shame that this example was used. Do not think that this game plays out like that. No. If someone needs an example on how to actually roleplay in tabletop RPGs, please take a look at my actual play sessions. You will find them in the front section of my channel. The players do not ask questions to the Game Master. They obtain the information through roleplay. I do this, I do that, I look at that, I pick up this, I examine this to see if there is that, I try to remember if I recognize this or that, etc. through roleplay, not having an out-of-character conversation with a Game Master that is not there in the fiction. Thank you for watching this part of the review. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel through PayPal or Direct4RPG, the information will be in the description and in the pinned comment. This has been Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. I am currently unavailable for professional sessions, but I will put my contact information in the description and in the pinned comment for when I am available again. And remember, in tabletop RPGs, you are not having a conversation about your characters. You are experiencing the game world as your characters. Once again, thank you and see you later.